Imagine stepping into a courtroom where logic bends, the truth hides behind laughter, and justice wears a crooked smile. In today's case, we're not just observing a trial, we're peeling back the curtain on a story so bizarre, it could only happen in real life. As always, all characters are presumed innocent until proven guilty, but in this courtroom, the verdict might surprise you. So sit back, lean in, and remember, in Court Spiral, reality is stranger than fiction. Let's dive into the case. Our story begins in a seemingly ordinary courtroom where Judge Henry Adams held court. Known for his stern demeanor and no-nonsense approach, Judge Adams was a figure of authority and respect. But on this particular day, things were about to take an unexpected turn. The case that brought everyone to the courtroom that day involved a young man named Michael, who had been charged with a series of petty thefts. His actions, while not commendable, stemmed from a desperate situation. Michael was a single father struggling to make ends meet after losing his job during the pandemic. His attempts to provide for his child led him down a path of poor choices, and he found himself standing before the judge. As the proceedings began, it was clear that Judge Adams had a soft spot for those who found themselves in difficult situations. He listened intently to Michael's story, which was filled with hardship, loss, and a determination to improve his life. Despite the gravity of the charges, the judge could see the humanity in Michael's eyes. As the trial unfolded, the courtroom was filled with a mix of tension and anticipation. Witnesses were called and evidence was presented. It was a standard process, yet the atmosphere was charged with an unusual energy. Judge Adams, known for his occasional wit, found moments to inject humor into the proceedings. This was not just about the law, it was about understanding the human condition. As the day wore on, the prosecution presented their case. They argued that Michael's actions were not just mistakes but a clear disregard for the law. The defense countered, emphasizing Michael's circumstances and the dire straits that led him to commit these crimes. As both sides laid out their arguments, Judge Adams listened carefully, nodding thoughtfully. Finally, it was time for closing statements. The prosecutor delivered a passionate plea for justice, urging the judge to impose a strict sentence to deter others from similar actions. On the other hand, Michael's lawyer highlighted the need for compassion and a chance for redemption, suggesting that a different approach could lead to better outcomes for everyone involved. Judge Adams took a moment to reflect. The courtroom fell silent as he pondered the weight of his decision. Then he leaned forward, his eyes narrowing, and delivered a verdict that no one saw coming. "Michael," he began, "I recognize the struggles you've faced, but the law must be upheld." There was a pause, the tension thick in the air. "However, I also believe in second chances. Therefore, I am sentencing you to serve time, not in a traditional prison, but right here in this courtroom." Stunned gasps erupted throughout the room, disbelief etched on every face. The judge continued, "You'll be here during court hours, assisting the court staff, learning about the justice system, and engaging in community service. This is a chance for you to reflect on your actions, to give back, and to find a path to redemption." The unusual sentence was met with a mix of relief and skepticism. While some viewed it as a progressive approach to justice, others questioned its effectiveness. Could jail time while on duty really serve as a deterrent? Would Michael take this opportunity seriously? As the days turned into weeks, Michael reported to the courthouse each morning. Initially, he found the experience overwhelming. He wasn't a criminal mastermind, he was just a father trying to provide for his child. Yet, as he got accustomed to the courtroom's rhythm, he began to see the value in his unique sentence. He started to interact with the court staff, learning about the intricacies of the legal system. He participated in community service programs, helping those in need and gaining a deeper understanding of the struggles faced by others. Michael slowly transformed from a reluctant participant into an active contributor, embracing the chance to make amends. Meanwhile, Judge Adams closely monitored Michael's progress. He would often check in, offering words of encouragement or gentle reminders about the importance of accountability. The judge recognized that this unconventional approach could serve as a model for future cases, blending justice with compassion. However, not everyone was on board with the judge's decision. Critics of the sentence argued that it undermined the seriousness of the crime. They felt that it sent a message that consequences could be avoided if one's circumstances were sympathetic enough. Others praised the judge for his innovative thinking, highlighting the need for a justice system that recognizes the complexities of human behavior. As Michael continued his court duties, he began to share his story with others. His interactions with people from all walks of life opened his eyes to the broader issues at play in society. He became an advocate for those who felt voiceless, championing the idea that empathy could lead to real change. Judge Adams, witnessing this transformation, realized the profound impact of his decision. It wasn't just about punishing wrongdoing, it was about fostering growth, understanding, and community. The courtroom, once a place of judgment, became a space for healing and redemption. As Michael's time in the courtroom came to an end, a graduation-like ceremony was held. The judge, alongside court staff, applauded Michael's efforts and growth. You've shown that it's possible to rise above one's circumstances, Judge Adams stated, his voice filled with pride. This is not just a conclusion, it's a new beginning. In a heartfelt moment, Michael expressed his gratitude. I never expected to find myself here, but this experience has changed my life. I understand now that my choices affect not just me, but my child and the community. I'm determined to do better. The courtroom erupted in applause, a celebration of resilience and hope. Some members of the community were even inspired to support Michael, offering job opportunities and mentorship as he ventured into this new chapter of his life. The judge's unusual sentence sparked conversations across the nation about the potential for reform within the justice system. It raised questions about how we define punishment and the role of compassion in sentencing. Could this be a blueprint for other courts? In the months that followed, Judge Adams became a sought-after speaker on criminal justice reform. He shared Michael's story as a testament to the power of understanding and redemption. His approach challenged traditional views and inspired others to think outside the box when it came to justice. Michael, now on a path to rebuilding his life, became an advocate for others in similar situations. He used his experience to educate those in need, emphasizing the importance of support systems and community involvement. His journey was no longer just about avoiding jail, it was about creating a better future for himself and his child. As we reflect on this case, it becomes clear that the intersection of compassion and justice can yield remarkable results. Judge Adams's unconventional approach served not only as a sentence, but as a pivotal moment in the lives of many. In a world where we often see punishment as the only solution, this story reminds us that there is another way. A way that embraces humanity, fosters growth, and ultimately leads to a more just society. It challenges us to consider the deeper narratives behind each case and encourages us to advocate for change where it's needed most. As we conclude this tale of an unusual sentence, we are left with a lingering question. What if justice, instead of being solely punitive, became a pathway to redemption? In the courtroom of life, perhaps we all have a chance to learn, grow, and ultimately to change for the better. And so we find ourselves at the end of this remarkable journey, a testament to the power of empathy and the possibility of transformation. In this courtroom, logic may bend and reality may defy expectations, but the heart of justice remains steadfast. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of a judge's unusual sentence. Remember, in the realm of justice, the unexpected can lead to the most profound changes. Stay curious, stay compassionate, and always be open to the stories that life presents.